Alright. The name is Dale, doing the reviews for the movies Widows and The Girl in the Spider's Web. These reviews are done on behalf of Audio Liquor Mag, Audio Liquor Magazine. We're going to start off with Widows. It's directed by Steve McQueen. He's done movies like Hunger, which is about an inmate who starts a hunger strike in a prison. He's done a movie called Shame, which is about a sex addict. It's more to it than that, but that's the simple synopsis for that movie. And he's also done 12 Years a Slave, which is his most popular movie up to this date. If you're not aware or haven't seen it or don't know what the movie's about, it's about this free African American who lives up north who gets tricked into being a slave down south for 12 years. It's a period piece, of course. And now you have Widows, which is set in modern day Chicago. It's about these four women who don't know each other, who have nothing in common, who have to come together to pay off a debt that their dead husbands left trying to pull off a heist. So now these four women have to figure out how to pull off a heist themselves in order to pay off that debt, to pay that debt back. So you have a great cast assembled. It's the who's who of best actors and actresses in the business. You have Viola Davis, who's the lead. You got Michelle Rodriguez, is the best I ever seen her. She's been stuck in that Fast and Furious world where she hasn't been able to show off her acting chops. You have Elizabeth Debicka, I believe that's her last name. She's good in the movie. You have Cedra Rivero. You have Colin Farrell. You have Brian Tyree Henry, who's from the FX series Atlanta. You have Daniel Kaluuya, that's his name, Daniel Kaluuya. He was the lead in Get Out, playing back Black Panther. He plays a gangster. He plays a villain in the movie. He's a standout in the movie. He does an awesome job playing a gangster in the movie. He's very violent and he's very menacing in the movie. Then you got Carrie Coon, who's very underutilized in this film. She's a very good actress. You got Robert Duvall, you got Liam Neeson, you got John Bernthal. And the movie is not just about these four women trying to figure out how they're going to pull off this heist. The movie is also about city politics. It's about family relationships, husband and wives, father and son, brother and brother relationships. It has a lot of drama. I love the writing. The writing is excellent. Great dialogue. The only problem I had is with the switch and bait scenario in the movie. I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if it's more to do with me missing a small detail in the film or if it's a flaw in the movie itself. I will have to see it again to get a full understanding. But I'm nitpicking. The movie was packed. When I went to the theater to go see this movie, it was packed. It was crowded, which I was surprised by that. But with that being said, it's not making a lot box office wise. So I encourage people to go see this movie at the theater. I wanted to do well. I wanted to make more money. It's a very good movie. A- grade I give it. So now I'm going to move on to The Girl in the Spider's Web. This movie is about a lady who's a computer hacker / vigilante named Elizabeth, who's played by Clara Foyle. I believe her name is Clara Foyle. She's best known for that Netflix series, The Crown, where I think she actually plays Queen Elizabeth. I've never seen the series, but it's critically acclaimed. It's won awards. And her character, along with this journalist, find themselves caught in a web of spies, Russian gangsters, cyber criminals, corrupt government officials, this whole underworld of deceit. And this movie is a sequel to the 2011 David Fincher's version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, with a whole new director and whole new cast. So they've been trying to get this sequel off the ground for the longest, and they just totally had to revamp the cast and director. And before the actual David Fincher's version, you had a Swedish foreign version of these movies, because these movies come from a series of books. So you had a Swedish foreign version of these movies, I think like 3 or 4. They came out between like 2006, between 2006 and 2010, I believe. I'm not totally sure. I've actually seen like 2 or 3 of them, I believe. But anyway, now this time around, The Girl in the Spider's Web is directed by Fede Alvarez, who has done the remake of Evil Dead, which was pretty solid, and he also did Don't Breathe, which I like a lot. And you had Lakeith Stanfield, who's from the FX series Atlanta. He's in the movie, in this movie, and he does a good job. The acting is pretty good. The action scenes are solid. My problem with this movie is they show most of the good scenes in the trailer. So there were very little surprises when I actually saw the movie itself. They pretty much showed too much in the trailer. Had I not seen the trailer, I would have a higher grade for this movie. But being that I did, I pretty much know where it was going from based off the trailer. So that's not a good thing. Will they make more of these movies in this franchise? I don't know. I'm not sure. This movie is not making a lot of money. So maybe years down the line, they'll get a whole new director, whole new cast for the 3rd installment of this movie, or the American version of this movie. I don't know. But I would give this movie a C+. This is something you can wait to see at home. So there you have it. I'm done. I'm finished. Oh, one little quick FYI on Widows. This movie is based off a British TV series from the 80s, which I was not aware of and did not know until recent. So I saw an interview with Steve McQueen. So that's a little FYI for you if you want to dig and see what that TV series is about, if you see the movie and you like it. So there you have it.